What we don't know is what's going to happen the next couple of weeks, and especially this weekend, which you got 3 top 10 matchups. And everybody's talked about it, Mark, and you and I have talked about it before on here about the wanting to expand the college football playoff. I think that's a load of crap. I don't think we should. I think we should leave it at 4 because, in essence, if you want college football playoff, you get it this weekend. We got 3 great, if not 4 great playoffs teams with or games in the heart of the season. We're not talking about a month after the season, then we have a college football playoff. For TCU, Oklahoma, that's a playoff game. Okay, for Georgia, Auburn, and Auburn's coming in at number 10, can still control their own fate going forward if they continue to beat Georgia twice and Alabama once. That's a playoff game. And Miami, Notre Dame. So we have more expanded college football playoff. It's just this week right now, and that's what I love about the sport.
Peter, I could make some kind of insinuation based on your family situation when you say load of crap. Maybe you've just been around it too much recently, but by extension, you're calling me that exactly because I want an expanded playoffs, and this is the simple reason why.
Yeah, okay.
Because we don't get every conference to be represented. So if Wisconsin, for example, let's say they lose a game, even if they lose a game and win the Big Ten championship, yes, their resume is nothing close to some of the other conference champions, but while they had not proven that they were good enough to get there, it also has not been proven that they're not.
Right, but we're also putting a team in because of their conference affiliation as opposed to how good they are. I mean, we're basically saying, hey, if you're a conference champion, I mean, are you saying that if we went to 8, we would take the top 5 from the Power 5 and 3 other ones? I understand that. I think that's probably the fairest way. But then listen, I had to change poopy diapers last morning at 5 a.m. So, I mean, I don't think life is fair, you know? So just because you're relegated or you're branded as being part of this conference doesn't necessarily make you a part of the best 4 to teams that are out there right now. I mean, you could arguably say that there's been a couple of years to where either the Pac-12 or maybe not so much the Big Ten. There were years past where the ACC had kind of fallen off. That maybe there wasn't a team in the top 8 that was worthy. Should we put them in there because of that? I don't know. I think the television dollars, as you and I know, what rules the game is going to probably eventually move to an expanded playoff. When you look at people trying to bring more revenue, whether that's ABC, ESPN, Fox, whoever it is CBS, it's in the college rights games. I just think that I know the College Football Playoff Committee really values the sacredness of the game and the sanctity of the regular season. And I believe that they think with 4 games, a loss can hurt you. A loss can cost you an opportunity to play in the College Football Playoff. If you expand it to 8, you get a mulligan. You lose. Hey, if you lose to Syracuse, don't worry about it. Hey, no problem, Clemson. You know what? That's a free loss. That's like a mulligan in a golf tournament where you just hit one in the woods and it's not going to cost you anything. If you stay with 4, there's still a proper level of fear that if you lose a game, your season could be over.
So Wisconsin has no fear in losing a game.
That's and that's the question. I mean, right now they are fearing the fact of they may not even be able to get in. I will tell you this though. I was thinking about this earlier. I think, brands play a major role in it. Right now, if Ohio State had the same record and they were undefeated like Wisconsin, they had played the same schedule, Ohio State would probably be in the top 4. I don't think there's a doubt. I just think that that's the brand awareness that Ohio State has built. We've seen them have success. We've seen them win. People don't value Wisconsin the same they do as Ohio State. That's just the same thing as Alabama and Mississippi State. If they had the 2 same schedules, they would be ranked completely different. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. What I did think was interesting is that Barry Alvarez was a very trusted member of the College Football Playoff Committee, if you remember. And now he's back as a part of Wisconsin. And so part of me just almost thinks that if push comes to shove, there's a friendship with Barry Alvarez there to just go, okay, Wisconsin's in. Now, if Wisconsin's in, then they don't have to worry about the Big Ten undefeated team not being in and having to deal with that. And I think we're all humans, and tie goes to kind of personal relationships. And again, I'm not saying that's right. I don't think that may or may not happen. I just think that it's definitely something that could potentially rear its head, and good for Barry for donating his time to the college football playoff, because it may end up being the iota thing that puts them over.
If Wisconsin goes undefeated and doesn't get in, 20 years ago, I would have been relegated to kicking the dog. Now I could just get on here and rant and rave and go crazy why life's not fair.
Good for your dog. Good for your dog. That's the case.